It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 8th of October. I'm Michael Groff. One more hot and relatively dry day here in the valley. High temperatures this afternoon near 100 degrees. But then after that, our attention turns toward a very active weather pattern over the southwest with the potential of a widespread, significant rain event looking more and more likely here for the next several days. We'll see multiple rounds of precipitation, the threat of flood or flash flooding increasing, particularly over the higher terrain of Arizona, although some local flooding cannot be ruled out here in the lower deserts as well. Now, there's still, of course, a lot of questions as to where, when, how much precipitation there will be, how long all of this lasts. And we also have to talk about temperatures because after today, those will be headed down to below average levels, but how low will they go? So with all those questions, what do? Well, we try to find the answers to the best of our ability. And to do that, let's dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday. 99 degrees, the afternoon high. 67 was that morning low. 93 and 69 are the averages for this time of year. We'll forget about that 110 from last year. My goodness. We are 1¼ inches behind on rainfall at this time. And maybe we'll cut into that deficit. Or perhaps not only will we cut into the deficit, we'll erase it completely and actually go on the plus side for the first time in a long time for our rainfall. All right, looking outside right now, here at this insano hour of 5:15 a.m., there's some clouds out there this morning, and we're sitting at 75 degrees at Sky Harbor, a bit of a warmer start. Dew points at 39, humidity 27%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures across the area this morning. Here in the valley, yeah, it's quite a bit warmer out there. Now, still some cool spots like Buckeye. It's in the mid-60s. We got some upper 60s for places like Scottsdale, where it's 68. It's 67 in Tempe. But it's 72 in Arcadia, obviously. Near the urban core, we're in the low and middle 70s, 60s elsewhere. Statewide, still chilly up north. 37 for Flagstaff, 36 in Window Rock. It's in the 40s in Winslow, but of course down here in the lower deserts, more 60s and 70s this morning, as opposed to the 50s and 60s that we saw previous mornings here. Satellite picture out here across the southwest. You can see what's going on now. And there's Priscilla down there south of the Baja, making its way toward the northwest. And this will be a big source of tropical moisture for us over the next several days. And the exact forecast track of this is still a little uncertain, but it's really the moisture from this system that we're concerned about and the approach of a trough from the north and west to help to wring out that moisture and create the dynamics that's really going to set us up for periods of rain, heavy rain at times, maybe a few thunderstorms along the way as well. The watch warning map across the country, pretty quiet. Some freeze warnings, of course, for the northern plain states, parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Yeah, it's pretty cold up there. And some frost advisories south of that as well. They're getting their first real taste of fall. It's been so mild up there for so long, downright warm, actually. But now it's starting to cool down, finally, as you would expect. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet across the country right now. I would note that probably at some point later today, the National Weather Service offices across the Southwest will start issuing some flash flood watches. We'll probably see those pop up today or tomorrow. And we'll outline that flash flood threat in a moment. The convective outlook for today, no organized areas of severe weather across the nation, but keeping in mind this outlook runs through 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, and you can see a good portion of Arizona is in the green. Thunderstorms will be possible. Even here in the valley, we might see some thunderstorms perhaps as early as tonight. It's a pretty low-end threat for now, but I suppose a rumble of thunder or two can't be ruled out. Better chances will start to come tomorrow. This is the day 2 outlook. And again, no organized severe weather. And with this upcoming rain event, we're not anticipating severe thunderstorms. I guess there could be an isolated severe storm at some point, but for the most part, this will be a more rain and widely scattered thunderstorm kind of setup. The tropics in the Atlantic Basin, we've got a brand new tropical storm on the board. That's Jerry. And Jerry is going to mostly be a fish storm. This could impact some of the islands out there, but it should stay east of Bermuda, and it, of course, will stay well east of the United States. This will be another storm that curves out to sea harmlessly, and that's good news. In the East Pacific, we've got a wave off of the Mexican coast that we will be watching with great interest for the potential of its impacts on the Southwest. We also have Octave, which is almost gone, and Hurricane Priscilla. Okay, Octave is basically off the board now, almost, just barely hanging on to that tropical storm status. Here is Priscilla, Category 2 hurricane. The latest track from the Hurricane Center fizzles this out before it even really makes a landfall on the Baja there. It fizzles it out by the Baja Spur, and that moisture comes up into the southwestern United States. Some models kind of hang on to it a little bit longer, but it's already starting to weaken a bit. So we'll see how this plays out. But either way, that moisture is going to make its way up into the southwest. Exactly how much and the implications of that, still a little bit uncertain. Speaking of, this is the rainfall outlook valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, anywhere from 1.25 inches to maybe 2.25 inches. But look at these numbers. I mean, we could see 3 to 4 inches for the international border from Nogales over toward Douglas. Sierra Vista, 2.5 inches up toward Tucson. But widespread 3 to 4 inch amounts possible for the rim country, the eastern mountains up toward Flagstaff. Absolutely could see some very heavy rain. And of course, your amount will vary because in a situation like this, rainfall distribution will not be perfectly even and measured out on a map beautifully like this. Some spots will get more than others, but we do expect a widespread rain event across the area. So let's try to figure out the particulars on this, shall we? And to do that, we'll explore the models right now, see what the future might hold. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. All right, there's a trough heading toward the Pacific Northwest, and that is one ingredient. There's Priscilla down to the south, and an area of high pressure is off to the east of us. What it all means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, we're still kind of under the influence of that ridge. So mostly sunny in the valley, maybe a few clouds coming in this afternoon. High temperatures somewhere between about 96 to 100 degrees. And I'm going to just say it right now. This will be, if we hit 100 degrees today, and that's not a for sure, but if we do, should be the last one for 2025. Hopefully it's the last one until May, maybe June of next year. Probably more like April, but you know how that goes. Anyway, a few showers and thunderstorms possible in the eastern mountains and the southeastern part of the state today, maybe down toward Tucson and up toward Globe, Safford, down to Sierra Vista, Douglas, Bisbee, the southeastern quarter of the state or so. And maybe for Flagstaff and over toward Winslow, we might see an isolated shower or thunderstorm up there this afternoon, but the better chances will hold off until later tonight and especially tomorrow. Speaking of, let's take a look at our high-resolution guidance. This is the HRRR, the High-Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. This is our simulated radar product at 6 o'clock tonight. And again, the radar may not look precisely like this, but this gives you an idea. A few popcorn showers and storms here over the south-central deserts. The air mass is still pretty dry, so even if storms do pop up, the deeper moisture is still to the south, so I don't expect we'd get much out of that. But keep in mind, that's still a possibility. Better chances of storms further to the south. But then, let's look what happens here. This is 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you can see at that time a broader area of showers and some embedded thunder moving into south-central Arizona, including Phoenix. So we do expect some storms to increase here overnight tonight and into the morning hours tomorrow. And that could make for a messy rush hour. That's how it looks right now. I think the rain would still be somewhat scattered. I don't think it'll be a widespread event necessarily. And most of this should be on the lighter side that we see tonight and tomorrow morning. Still keep that in mind as a possibility. Overnight lows tonight will generally be in the 70s for most of us, maybe close to 80 in the urban core, especially if we don't see any precipitation. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We'll see an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms. They'll be scattered in nature, though. This is not going to be a washout, everybody gets wet kind of thing. Better chances of rain, of course, up north, Flagstaff, down to Payson, and for the eastern part of the state and the southeastern portions of Arizona, we'll start to see that increase of precipitation. But the higher terrain of northern and central Arizona will have the best chances of precip tomorrow. High temperatures in Phoenix will be down somewhat. This is a tricky forecast, probably in the low 90s, maybe mid 90s, depending on if we see any precipitation. All right, let's go to Friday. And now we're starting to see this trough to the north and west of us get closer. The winds aloft are beginning to increase. The moisture from Priscilla is beginning to really surge in here now. And this is going to be the heart of the event starting more Friday night and into Saturday. But Friday, we'll see the increasing chance of showers and storms. We'll bump it up to about a 50% chance here in Phoenix. Near categorical chances up north. Flagstaff, 80 to 90% chances of rain. Flagstaff and over toward Window Rock and Winslow and down to Payson, Show Low. Pretty high chances that you'll see precipitation. Maybe not all day, but frequently through the day on Friday. Now here in Phoenix, again, scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms, especially as we go toward the afternoon hours. And high temperatures, upper 80s to low 90s. All right, and just to show you how much moisture is in the air here, I mean, this really illustrates that. This is the precipitable water coming off of the GFS Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. And these numbers, this is October. Keep in mind, these are numbers we would see in the monsoon. Okay, this is July, August kind of precipitable water data, showing you just how juiced up the atmosphere is. You see these numbers up at 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 inches. I mean, that represents 250 to 300% of average for mid-October, early to mid-October. So obviously, we are very saturated through the atmosphere. So it doesn't take a lot to get the rain to start coming down here. And with the increasing winds aloft, especially Friday night, and here we go to Saturday, this should be where the main rain event occurs, at least for us. The threat for precipitation will shift from southeast California and the lower Colorado River Valley Friday to south central Arizona, much of central Arizona, Friday afternoon, Friday night, and through much of the day on Saturday. We'll see numerous showers and thunderstorms, and some of the rain could be heavy at times. Now, thunderstorms will generally be more widely scattered in nature. We don't expect any severe weather from this. However, with stronger winds aloft, despite the fact that we don't have a lot of CAPE, a lot of convective available potential energy, we don't really have a lot of thermodynamic support. We won't be seeing a lot of sun. We do have the winds aloft, so there's enough shear to create a few thunderstorms, and I guess a couple of those could get on the strong side, but really we're more just concerned about rain and the threat for some flood, flash flooding, and here in the valley, maybe a little bit of urban flooding. But given the fact that we shouldn't see rain continuing for 60, 80, 90 hours straight, I think the widespread flood threat in the valley is relatively low, but some local flooding is expected. I mean, it doesn't take much rain here in the valley to get flooding, right? I mean, a quarter inch, third of an inch of rain in a short amount of time, and you get ponding on the roadways. We saw with that event a couple of weeks ago, we had some pretty significant flooding going on, and not everybody got a deluge. So Saturday does look like, I wouldn't necessarily say a washout, but it could be close to it with numerous showers and storms. And again, temperatures will be down. We should be in the mid 80s, I'd say. Maybe not even that warm, depending on how the rain plays out. Sunday, still looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms. The heaviest precipitation expected further to the south across the southern and southeastern portion of the state, but we could see some locally heavy downpours here as well. We're going to hang on to those rain chances. High temperatures on Sunday, again, upper 70s to mid 80s. Yeah, below average for sure. Let's keep it going. Monday, continued scattered showers and thunderstorms. I think they'll be a little less numerous, but we're dealing with another potential tropical cyclone. Remember, we showed you that on the graphic earlier off the Mexican coast. Well, where that goes might determine if we see any more precipitation. We've had some guidance that shows that system coming up into the southwest. Some of them show it into southeast Arizona. Some of them have it further west into the south central part of the state. Depending on where it goes, that'll determine our rain chances in Phoenix, but certainly rain will continue over a good portion of Arizona off and on. It'll be more scattered by Monday, but we'll still see at least some chances of storms. So we're looking at several days with rain chances. Very unusual for the month of October. All right, let's keep it going. This is Tuesday, and now we're going to start to dry out a little bit, potentially. But again, it really depends on the track of that next tropical cyclone, if it does, in fact, form, and where our trough sits to the north and west of us as well, because how long that sits out there and these stronger winds aloft, that will also determine the precipitation chances. But we can't rule out a few more showers and thunderstorms even on Tuesday. High temperatures upper 70s to mid 80s, so still below average. All right, let's keep it going. This is a week from today, Wednesday the 15th. Another trough to the north and west of us. Southwesterly flow, heights below average, so temperatures would remain below average. That next system could also bring some more unsettled weather. This is Thursday, the 16th. And if this is correct, that little short wave is kind of coming on through the southwest, and we could see at least a few more showers and storms. That's not exactly a really big, unsettled, widespread rain look, but that could at least bring some widely scattered showers and storms in here, and temperatures remaining below average. This is out 10 days, Friday the 17th, and now that wave moves off into the plain states, going negative tilt as it does, so we'll watch for maybe a few strong storms in the plains at that time. Another system maybe coming down the pike there in the Pacific Northwest. We'll watch that. But for now, westerly flow, we would be drying out, and temperatures would still be at or a little bit below average. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 22nd of October, and my goodness, the ensemble mean is up at 2.5 inches. You got some individual members that are 3, 4, 5 inches of rain. Now, do I think we're going to see that in Phoenix? Probably not. Will some spots across Arizona see that? Potentially. This is the kind of setup that we have where some very significant rainfall will occur in some locations. Whether or not it materializes in Phoenix remains to be seen. But certainly the ensemble guidance says we're going to get a decent amount of rain here. The European ensemble is up at about 1 2/3 inches, 1 3/4. European AI ensemble. Each of these has 51 members. And so you've got some pretty big numbers coming off of this as well. Again, about 1 3/4 inches is the ensemble mean. And we like to look at the ensemble mean here. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. Well, after today, where it does show we'll hit 100 degrees, if that happens, that should be the last one of the year. I'll say it right now. That will be the last one of 2025. I'll put my neck out on this. All right. And then after that, temperatures will head down. We'll see daytime highs going to below average levels by this weekend, mostly in the 80s. Now, again, could we have a day where it stays in the 70s? Possible, depending on how much precipitation there is, particularly on Saturday. All right. Checking out the Climate Prediction Center outlook, CPC outlook for the 8 to 14 day period. This is October 15th through the 21st, if this works out. Temperatures around here near seasonal averages for most of the state, maybe a little above average in the eastern part of Arizona. Precipitation is still slated to remain above average. Probabilities are skewed toward above average precipitation during that time period. So October, maybe making up for some lost time here, some lost precipitation opportunities that we had throughout much of July and August. It was a very quiet monsoon right at the end of September. Of course, obviously we had things pick up and now more active weather in here. And who knows? It's going to take more than 1 or 2 rain events to wipe out the drought here in the Southwest. That's not going to happen. But putting a big dent in it, sure, we would love to see that. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, and should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you're really enjoying what we do here, you want to support the channel, click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, make that monetary contribution to us, or via PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFFshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo, it's also linked up down in the description as well. All right. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, blogs. She is on a torrid pace, just absolutely writing blogs feverishly. Her videos, everything Michelle related, Kylie related, Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description below, so check that out. Plus, our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that, so give that a look and a listen as well if you so desire. And check out Dan over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, The Courtroom Files on YouTube, or courtroomfiles.com for all your Courtroom Files merch. And Dan is a content-making machine as well. I bring this up because he's got a great channel and all of that. But for today, a little self-serving, because in about an hour from the time I'm done recording this, you will be able to see me over there filling in for the great Dan Soul on the Courtroom Files Live this morning. I will be hosting the Courtroom Files Live this morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. local time here in Phoenix, or from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. So check me out over there on the Courtroom Files filling in. And of course, I'm on Sidebar over there too, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. Pacific, Tuesdays and Thursdays, along with a panel of brilliant folks. It's not really about me. It's those guys carry me. Let's just call it what it is. But that's 8 p.m. East, 5 Pacific for Sidebar. Check out Dan, Ashley, Bailey, Lindsay, and myself for that show. All right, one more thing here before we get out of here. I want to take this opportunity because this channel is, I'm just here. I'm just sort of the guy driving the ship, okay? But you guys are the engines here. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you. Yesterday, when I was recording this, we were 20 subscribers away from 3,000. Well, needless to say, we blew past that mark yesterday. We are at 3,244 subscribers as of the time I'm recording this. We've had over 265 new subscribers just yesterday, just in the last 24 hours. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your support, your time, all of your comments, positive, negative, critical, whatever. Everything you guys have to say, I read every single one of them. I take them all into consideration. I respond to many. I will do my best to respond to more. And you guys are amazing. And of course, yesterday's video also set a record for this channel, over almost 11,000 views. Again, I'm very grateful to all of you for your continued support. So thank you so much once again. All right. Please be safe. I want you to still stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a terrific rest of your Wednesday.